Look at this man here, Greg Peterson. Look at what he's done. Look at what he's done to preserve the history of this area for generations to come. Look what he did to institute the Robert Jackson Center. For us to brag about, boast about. We're now a destination place. Jamestown is a destination in the travel industry. We have the Lucy Desi Museum. We have the Robert Jackson Center. We have the Roger Torrey Peterson Center. And we're going to get the National Comedy Center. You can venture and bet that buses will be rolling into town wanting to see all of those. It'll be suggested on travel routes. But this man put an organization together and has brought to our town 2 Chief Justices. I challenge any community to match that accomplishment. We have had the pleasure of 2 Chief Justices, plus the law clerks that served Robert Jackson, and those that worked with him in the Supreme Court. I never believed that I would have an opportunity to chat with a Supreme Court justice, because over the years that I've been there, anytime a Supreme Court justice has come to Chautauqua, never were they available for a radio interview. But 2 years ago, it happened. And I wasn't even aware that it was going to happen. I was doing an interview with Bill Klinger, I think, wasn't it? And all of a sudden, my assistant, Mac Warren, pointed at a table, and he went with his hand and said, and I looked over there, and there's Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And she was waiting her turn to be interviewed.
Welcome to the Cove at Chautauqua. On this, the 6th week of the season, the subject is crime and punishment. But I immediately have to say, I'm awed. I'm awed by the fact I'm sitting next to Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And Justice Ginsburg, my heartfelt thanks for giving me an opportunity to let a local audience hear your story.
It's a pleasure. I've heard a lot about Chautauqua from my colleague Sandra Day O'Connor, who comes almost every summer. And most recently, Justice Kennedy was here
last week. I understand you toured the Robert Jackson Center yesterday.
Yes, I did. I thought it was a remarkable tribute to the justice. He would have been proud to see what has been done with his center.
This little Sicilian boy from Franklin Street, having that opportunity, amazing.